Alright, what's up? So, I'm doing the most anticipated and the newest animes coming in for 2026. I was planning to do this earlier, but I haven't had really much time to do it. Been doing a couple things. But yeah, these are the winter for 2026 animes that are coming out. I'm doing the ones that are coming up soon, January, February, and March. I'm doing those, but I'm doing this one first. Uh, I think I have seen one on TikTok. I know Jujitsu's coming out. I think Chainsaw Man, and a couple other ones. But there's been a lot of animes I have not caught up or have seen. Just been busy. But yeah, I'm hoping we have some good animes coming out. Cause mostly the ones that I was watching was Solo Leveling, uh, One Piece. If y'all have not been catching up on One Piece, man, I wish I could do a recap or a summary of One Piece. It's just, man, they're super strict with that, so I can't really do anything with that. But yeah, let's get right into it. I may see a couple enemies that I have seen the first season, but I haven't went forward from there. So, hoping there's some newer animes. I have not been watching that much anime, so I'm hoping to get some off of this list.
With fall 2025 only
So,
having a small selection of anime even worth watching, next season is like an all-you-can-watch buffet of the highest quality series to ever grace our eyeballs. I mean, to say it's a breath of fresh air would be the understatement of the century. There's so much combined talent behind each individual series that just 1 minute of any of the anime we're about to
oh yeah,
talk about
Fire
will have more
Force.
frames than the entirety of One Punch Man Season 3
Oh yeah, I
combined.
forgot One
So,
Punch
if you haven't
Man.
had the chance to see which heavy hitters are making their way onto our screens next month, here's why winter 2026 could be the best looking season of anime ever. Frieren, the #1 anime of all time, and the
I've
series
been
so
watching this.
faithful
I'm
I'm
only
not
on
even able to make
episode
a cut
3. I
content
did
on
say
it.
last time
Animated by
I
the
was gonna
amazing
catch up
talent
on it.
over at Studio Madhouse, Frieren is back again with what looks to be another phenomenal season continuing her story. It has been over 2 years since Season 1 came out though, so expect a recap coming your way shortly. For what to expect from Season 2, with the foundation set and the core cast of characters developed, we'll be getting less setup and more plot. So that means arcs with a more defined setting and conflict, whereas Season 1 focused largely on Frieren's prolonged life and the impact it had on her and the others around her. Combine that with the fact Season 2 will most likely be covering a fan favorite arc, and really the only determining factor of enjoyment would be the quality. Specifically, whether Season 2 can meet the same lofty heights Season 1 so easily rose to before. I'm fairly certain it will, since with Studio Madhouse returning to continue its adaptation of Frieren, the staff behind it remain just as talented as the Season 1 staff. Some may find the switch in director to be worrying, but with the
What do you think about that? When they switch directors or people that make the art, I feel like One Punch Man was really good. Same with Seven Deadly Sins. I feel like when they switched the animators and all that, it went to shit. I don't. It on some animes it does kill it. I have noticed that it does kill the audience and all that, but it's a hit or miss sometimes. But a lot of animes that I have seen that go through that transition have done bad. But let me know what you think about that. That's a questionable answer that I want people to put down below. If y'all okay with that or y'all don't really care.
Season 1 director only stepping back and not actually leaving, this switch is more of a delegation rather than a replacement. You see, Season 1's director Saito, the same man who directed Bocchi the Rock, will still be on the team just as the supporting director. The new director is Tomoya Kitagawa, who, while doesn't have any credits directing an entire anime himself yet, he was the episode director for a few episodes from Season 1. So, with this being his debut as the full-time director, I'm sure with Saito's guidance he'll do great. I doubt the slow yet rewarding build-up Frieren is known for will be lost with him. Plus, with the series composition and script handled by the same lead writer as Season 1, I'm sure the pacing will remain consistent too. Not to mention the most stacked team of character designers I've ever seen, specifically because of Akiko Takase. She alone was the animation director for amazing anime like the Chainsaw Man movie and Violet Evergarden movie.
What?
So, With that being what to expect from Frieren Season 2, winter 2026 is already off to an amazing start. As spectacular as it looks though, there's a good chance it might not even be the best animated series of the season. Seriously. With Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise, Oshi no Ko, and Fire Force all present too, all are capable of shining just as bright as Frieren. Those aren't even the anime I'm talking about though, as one in particular has had my attention for quite a while
That's a
now.
lot of good animes.
It's pretty rare for specialists all across the industry to come together to work on one single anime, but that's exactly what's happened with Fate Strange Fake. Granted, the prologue did preview over 2 years ago, but I like to think that's because this is more of a passion project for the studio. In the beginning, Fate Strange Fake was
Has everyone finished all of them? Cause I watched like 2 of them, but I don't know if I watched them in order. Cause just like JoJo, you gotta watch them in order. You can't just start from 1 to this. You have to watch them in order. So I think I need to go back and put them in order, cause I think I started off wrong. Let me know if y'all have done that, but I think I did. But I need to rewatch it from the beginning to the end, cause I think I started off in the wrong one.
only supposed to be that 1 hour special, but it seems over time the scope was expanded. The first episode then came out in 2024, after which the full release of the season was delayed to 2026. So, whether it was syncing timelines, giving time for quality, or just wanting to do the best job they could, an anime with a staggered release such as this tells me they don't want to push out something subpar. It's not some seasonal slop A1 Pictures just wants to get out the door. It's a brand new installment into the Fate franchise that I'm sure they'd like to sit right up there alongside all the others. As for why the animation looks so promising, the directors who together have directed, storyboarded, and animated several Fate Grand Order commercials also have connections to some of the biggest freelance animators in the industry. I don't know if any of you are familiar with a name like Hakuyu Go, but to use him as an example, he brought us fights like Sukuna vs Maharaga. So, to see him credited as the Noble Phantasm designer, I'm sure his work on everyone's ultimate attacks will be mind-boggling. Now, if you're wondering what even is Fate Strange Fake, that's a topic for another video I'll be making before it airs. A long and complex story short though, this is pretty much the American Holy Grail War. A group fails to replicate a Holy Grail War of the past, and in doing so spurs the simultaneous commencement of 2 separate Holy Grail Wars. This results in all sorts of irregularities in the war itself, including the blurring of what even counts as a hero. So expect servants and noble phantasms you never would have expected to see before. Top that off with a soundtrack by the legend Hiroyuki Sawano himself, and you already know every action scene is gonna be a banger. It's gonna be epic seeing Gilgamesh flex on the mongrels all while aura farming to Hiroyuki's music in the background. Now, for those who didn't understand a word I just said, I'm sure these next 2 anime you'll be more familiar with. First we have Hell's Paradise Season 2, then after that is Jujutsu Kaisen's Culling Game.
I'm ready for that.
Both are coming from Studio MAPPA, so you definitely don't need me to hype up how good the quality is gonna be.
Yeah.
That said, Hell's Paradise may not be as popular as Studio MAPPA's other works, but as a series that has at most 1 more season left after this one, it'll be nice to see a shonen animated start to finish in what seems like a reasonable amount of time.
What do you think about Hell's Paradise? On Twitter, some of the people that I follow on there, I put a poll up and it's a mix. Some people like it, some people don't. I think it's it was like this with me. When I first started watching it, it got me hooked like Vinland Saga. Just like that. But then I went to Twitter and some people were like, it's not really it. It's kinda like a alright anime. It's not a top tier, but it's good. I like it. Let me know what y'all think.
For me, I'm just looking forward to exploring more of the unique setting Hell's Paradise provides with its story. Jujutsu Kaisen once again brings us the best Studio MAPPA has to offer, this time with the Culling Game arc. With not even a day having passed since the Shibuya incident, Japan is made into an arena for a Jujutsu Sorcerer Battle Royale. There is a pretty awesome arc before that too, so expect a lot of action just like last season. Maybe not on the scale of any of the fights with Sukuna, but certainly as impactful. That said, my only concern is whether the studio has had enough time to cook, since there were a few moments last season which lacked polish. And with the same amount of time given for Season 3 that was for Season 2, we can only hope things are a lot more streamlined this time around. For those looking for less action but that same level of Sakuga, Oshi no Ko is back again with its third season. Studio Doga Koba has always done an excellent job elevating the manga into this adaptation filled with spectacle, so in any other season not filled with the absolute powerhouses I've already talked about, Oshi no Ko would have shined at the top. It did so with Season 2 in the summer of 2024 and just barely got beat by Demon Slayer when it first came out in 2023. You can expect the quality to remain the same too, as most of the staff remains consistent with those that worked on the previous.
Who watched it? I watched both seasons. I liked it really. I like the story behind it. If you haven't watched it, I'm not gonna spoil you, but I like it. I don't really watch those type of animes, but I liked it. I recommend it. If anybody hasn't watched it yet, you should watch it.
Seasons. As for the story itself, with the manga finished and the reception mixed at best, we might be approaching one of those cases where the story is carried by the animation. Still, at its core, Oshi no Ko remains this mystery thriller, so while there are a lot of idol and showbiz elements, that's not all there is to it. The character dramas so far have at least been pretty captivating. And who knows, maybe the reception to the manga's ending means they'll change it in the anime. Fire Force is back again with Season 3 Part 2, potentially finishing up the series for good now. There are about 80 chapters of the manga left to adapt though, so unless they're doing a 2-core 24-episode season like how they did with Seasons 2 and 1, the finale is either gonna be rushed or turned into a movie. I am a bit behind with where the story is at now, but it's pretty crazy that a lot of the best animated shonen are returning all at the same time. And unlike Oshi no Ko, whose ending wasn't the best, Fire Force's ending is said to be great. All it needs is to follow through with the same quality it had with the first 2 seasons. Now, we've talked a lot about sequels that are sure to be great, but in terms of new anime, there's one in particular that could trump all of them. This is Sentenced to be a Hero, and it comes from the animators who brought us some of the best episodes of Mushoku Tensei. Ever see the Rudiest bread scene? How?
That's another good anime. At first, I was iffy on it, but it's good. I liked it.
About the Orsted vs. Ruijerd
Especially
fight.
this fight right
Both
here.
are done by the duo responsible for directing this new anime. I'm sure the recognizable art style was an immediate giveaway of who was behind it. So, without even knowing anything about the series itself, just knowing who the staff is behind Sentenced to be a Hero makes me confident we're about to get an anime equal to or better than Mushoku Tensei Season 1. The story may not be as good, but the light novel Sentenced to be a Hero is based off of is considered to be decent. At the very least, it has an interesting premise. So, this is a world where criminals are sentenced to be heroes, forced to fight in a war against demon lords from which they can never escape. Even if they die, they're just resurrected again to keep on fighting. So, in a way, the criminals fighting for good has elements of Suicide Squad, just in a fantasy setting against monsters. Obviously, there's a lot more to it than that, but as the series I'm planning to cover weekly, I'm gonna make a more in-depth video introducing it next week. For now, you can check out this one. This is also the series I'm most excited for, since not only does the theme fit my channel perfectly for some cut content videos, it's a refreshing take in fantasy that has quite a lot of talent behind it. And not just the directors who worked on Mushoku Tensei. So, given the series was delayed to add some extra polish to it, I wouldn't be surprised if this turns out to be the most refined anime of the season. It'll at least give some tough competition to Frieren. Other notable anime include My Hero Academia's Vigilantes Season 2, the final chapter for Golden Kamui.
What do y'all think about that? The My Hero Vigilante? Oh, I fucked it up, but that one. I was watching it, but then I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it. When I saw his power, I was like, I still can't give a take on it because I haven't finished it, but I need to get back on that. Cause man, I don't know. It's different.
The newest addition to the Trigun series, then the adaptation of the manga, The Darwin Incident. They might not have the same god tier quality as all the other anime, but in a season of gems, these are the cherries on top. As for all the other isekai and fantasies, I'll talk about those in my seasonal roundup video. It's looking like there'll be quite a few of them. But yeah, these are the anime making next season look amazing. It could honestly be the best animated season of anime ever. With so much talent
Ooh,
behind each
that's
of
a hot
them,
take.
any one of them could surpass the best that all of 2025 had to offer. Now, if you're planning to watch Fate Strange Fake, Frieren, or Sentenced to be a Hero, then feel free
Ooh,
to.
another banger. Well, on this side, I can't see it. Hold on, let me switch it. Right here, another banger right there, man. That's another banger, man. If y'all have not seen Overlord, y'all are sleeping. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the 2026 winter. That last one that he was talking about, where you get resurrected, you gotta go through trial to be a hero, and you get resurrected every time you die. That one's interesting to me. JJK and Fire Force. I did like Fire Force and Frieren, and I forget the other two that I mentioned. But it's not bad. It's not bad. Not a bad lineup. I feel like 2025, it was just for me One Piece, Solo Leveling, uh, Mushiko Tensei, and I think what are the anime? No, I don't remember which ones I have been watching, but especially One Piece. Man, oh, man, it's so good. But yeah, this is gonna end it for this one. If y'all do want me to do spring or summer, let me know if y'all want to see that. I'm gonna be trying to do different types of videos of different genres, not just anime. But this is gonna do it for this one. If y'all did enjoy this, like, comment, subscribe, and shout out to this dude for doing the list. This is his stuff right here. If y'all wanna, if you do anime, YouTube stuff, you should watch this dude. He does really good releases coming up on anime. This is where I get most of my information, or Twitter. So if y'all, that's just for y'all to know. But yeah, it's gonna do it for this one, and I'll see you next time. Bye.